Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanished Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 457, season 19. Today's date is July 26, 2025, and welcome to the show. And happy Saturday. And kalos írtate and yasas. That means you're welcome and hello to all my Greek friends and family. On today's program, I'm going to talk about a long-forgotten, short-lived TV series is called Chicago's Story, and that aired in the early 1980s on WMEQ TV, Channel 5 in Chicago. And I'll talk about its show and my memories of that show. Also, I'll read off a menu from a restaurant. Actually, it was an ice cream parlor. It was called the Purple Cow, and that was located in the Beverly neighborhood in Chicago. And luckily, I have this menu, and I don't know exactly when it's from. But that's going to be the fun part. I miss this place so much. It was great. Okay. Before I get started, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Sunkissed Orange Soda. Yeah, it's still around. And I have a commercial from 1979. This is when it was introduced, that year. And I remember these commercials very fondly. So sit back and relax. Let's go back to late 70s, early 80s for Sunkissed Orange Soda. Thank you.
Sunkissed feeling is in the air. The good vibrations are everywhere. I'm drinking up good vibrations. Sun-kissed orange soda taste sensations. Bubbly orange jubilation. Sun-kissed is a taste sensation. I'm giving out good vibrations. Bubbly sun-kissed sensation. Sun-kissed is giving out good vibrations.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Sunkissed Orange Soda. Let me give you a history of this wonderful product. It was an orange-flavored soft drink launched in 1979. And it was from... it was competing with like the Fanta, that's a Coca-Cola brand, and also Orange Crush, that I think was founded with Dr. Pepper. My earliest memories of orange soda, believe it or not, was Canfield's, Honeybee. Remember that? Also, what else is there? Shasta orange soda. Yeah. And let's see. And of course, Orange Crush. I love Orange Crush. I still do. It tastes great. And then when I was in high school, like about sophomore year. Yeah, sophomore, junior, I think sophomore year. This was launched. And the history was it was first licensed by Sunkissed Growers to the General Cinema Corporation, which was, the Fort City Theater, Fort City Cinema. They ran that back on the south side. I used to go there a lot. And the man who thought of the idea, his name was Mark Stevens, and he saw potential of that. So Fanta was very popular. You know, Fanta's still around. They still make it. It's okay, you know, like that. And the commercials, I remember, as you were listening, they used the song from the Beach Boys, you know, Good Vibrations. And, you know, when I watched those commercials, I was sort of jealous because everyone seemed to have a lot of fun. They were throwing frisbees on the beach, dogs running around. You know, you see girls in bikinis. What a life. You know, I wish I was there in that crowd, but that never happened. No. So, believe it or not, that has caffeine in it. So does most orange sodas, but that's okay. You got to be careful. Then they came out with Diet Sunkist later on. So they make other flavors too. And their logos was Good Vibrations. You know, that was the first one that came out. And then there was, in the late 80s, Drinking in the Sun. And then later on. So it's still available. Still good. Yeah. I drink orange soda once in a while. Not often. You know, it's very sweet. You know, got to watch it. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about the short-lived TV series Chicago Story that aired on NBC, also Channel 5 in Chicago, in the early 1980s. And then I will read off a menu from the Purple Cow Ice Cream Parlor that was located on the south side of Chicago in the Beverly neighborhood. Before I get started, I'll give you a health update. I went to see my oncologist Monday. I got my 5th treatment. I've got 5 more to go. I'm halfway done. He told me good news that the PSA is not rising. It's stuck. So that's a good sign. Hopefully it'll start to fall. So and I asked my doctor, is that good? You know, suppose it goes up again. And he goes, well, it could, but it's not rising very fast, and it's on the right track. I hope so. If I go for the sixth one, which is August 11th, we'll see. We will see. He's going to decide if I should continue or try something else. If we have another one. I have Pluvido that might work. I hope not. I want to finish this and get it over. So I'm estimating I should be done by October, maybe early October. So I probably go 1 next month in August, probably 2 in September, and probably 2 October or November. You know, I'll be finished. I hope so. It's a long ride. Well, I had the first chemo. That didn't work. And so the second one has less side effects. It should work like that. Also, Tuesday I went out with my friends. People saw the picture in social media. I had a great time. Not everyone showed up. So they gave me a lot of support and wish me, hopefully, I'll be in remission in October. I hope so. I hope so, indeed. You know. Okay, and that's about it, really. You know, one last thing. You know, if you care about somebody, you know, it's a friend, someone in your family, you know, that's done something to you that makes you happy. Tell them thank you. Give them a gift. You know, it makes them feel good. It makes me feel good. That's how it is. I'm like that. I get that generous trait from my mom. And my brothers are like that. So my dad, not so much. But that's how we are. It's in our DNA. Okay. All right. So let's get started. We're going to talk about Chicago Story. Chicago Story was an American crime drama. And it premiered on March 6th, which is my brother's birthday, 1982 to June 11th, 1982. And it first aired as a 2-hour television pilot, and that aired later on, which is bizarre. I don't know why. So the synopsis of the story was the series followed the work of lives of several Chicago lawyers, police officers, and doctors. And it was kind of like Hill Street Blues, like Chicago PD right now, Chicago Med, sort of like that. But, Chicago Fire, those great shows they're on right now. And it was filmed in Chicago, exclusively in Chicago. I remember when this show came on. Didn't do well in the ratings. So it ran for 13 episodes. It was produced by MGM Television. Okay. And they had a great cast. I'll read off the cast. So they had Maude Adams. She was an actress. Remember from Octopussy? She was one of the Bond girls. Remember her? Vincent Baguetta. He was from the Eddie Capper Mysteries. That's another short-lived TV series. I remember it's from the 70s. He was in that. He played a district attorney, I think. There was Molly Cheek. She was an actress. I don't know much about her. Also, who was in the show was Dennis Franz. Sipowicz from NYPD Blue. And also from Hill Street Blues. I think that's one of his earliest starring roles. I don't know if it's his first TV series. I'm not sure. Also, they had Daniel Hugh Kelly. Remember him from Hard Castle and McCormick, with Brian Keith. I used to watch that. Also, Richard Lawson. He was on Dynasty. He was an African-American actor. I remember him. Also, Craig T. Nelson, one of his earliest roles. He was in there. Also, Christopher Tabori. He played a doctor. He was in a lot of shows, a lot of them. Also, believe it or not, John Mahoney, who starred on Frasier. He played Lieutenant Roselli, one of his earliest roles. Okay. And the last one was Joe Pantoliano. You remember him from The Sopranos. Okay. I watched one episode yesterday. And I watched one episode, and it was called Performance. It's on YouTube, provided by Fuzzy TV Memories from Rick Klein. I watched the whole thing. It was about an hour and a half. They showed some old commercials, which was kind of cool, just like it takes me back when I was a kid. And it was pretty good. Just a standard show. Nothing, no car chases or like crazy stuff like that. It was kind of like Law and Order in a way. It's somewhat like that. But it was, the actors were great, and the show, but, it didn't catch on. Maybe it was the ratings, I think it was opposite, probably, I'm not sure. I have to look it up. I'll tell you when I, come back from a commercial break. And, so it just, so it got canceled on June 11, 1982. What was unusual about the show was that it was it aired as 90 minutes, not an hour show. The last time a show like that aired 90 minutes was The Virginia. And if you remember that old Western from the 60s, that's what it was. And so they filmed it everywhere. John Hancock Building, Merchandise Mart, Michigan Avenue, Wrigley Building, the Sears Tower, the Standard Oil Building, the Chicago Theater, Lakeshore Drive, the headquarters then of Chicago Sun-Times, the Water Tower, the Chicago Water Tower, also Water Tower Place, the L, Marina City, and then the Cook County Hospital. So that was filmed exclusively there. The actors flew in, they filmed. I don't think they did in Hollywood. Probably not. I don't know. Reruns were rebroadcast on TNT in the early 90s. I don't know if this is on DVD. I think there might be some bootlegs, but I don't know. It needs an official release. If it does, I might buy it. Why not? Because I collect them. I collect TV shows. So I don't know. I have no idea. Okay. Right now, I'm going to play the opening and closing of Chicago Story. It's only about 2 minutes, but it goes really fast. I don't know who sings the theme song. I'm not sure like that. When I posted this yesterday, and I was telling people I'm going to talk about this show, there were some people from Facebook claiming or saying, excuse me, they were extras in the show. and they worked on the show, which was pretty fascinating. Oh, I would love to hear stories about that. Okay, so right now I'm going to play the opening and closing of the TV series Chicago Story, and when I come back, I'm going to read the menu from the Purple Cow ice cream parlor that was located in the Beverly neighborhood of Chicago. So sit back and relax. Let's go back to the early 1980s for Chicago Story. Thank you.
Chicago, you're home to me and you will always be Chicago. Chicago, Chicago, till the day I die, I'll never say goodbye. Chicago.
This episode is brought to you by Starbucks. Smooth, bright, deliciously crafted. Introducing Starbucks and Sarah Blend, their smoothest, brightest coffee yet. It's a new kind of light roast, one that's packed with so much flavor, it shines no matter how you brew it. So go ahead and try it hot, iced, black, or with a splash of creamer. Visit athome.starbucks.com/Sunsera-blend-coffee to bring Starbucks Sunsera Blend home.
The McDonald's snack wrap is back. You brought it back. Ranch snack wrap. Spicy snack wrap. You broke the internet for a snack. Snack wrap is back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Chicago. Chicago, you're the only home that I have ever known. Chicago. Chicago, your wind blows into my very soul. Chicago. It's the people and sounds of this crazy old town that keep me hanging around. You're the one place where people are scared to show they care. They're not afraid to be kind. It eases my mind. Chicago, the kind of place that puts a smile on your face. Chicago. Chicago, you ease my mind. I'll never say goodbye. Chicago.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. Before I start with The Purple Cow, I found a little more history about the TV show Chicago Story. It first aired on Saturday night at, what time was it, 7:30? Yeah, 7:30 in the evening, that March 6th, 1982. Then it moved to Friday nights, opposite, what's that show? Here we go. Yeah. Opposite Dallas and Falcon Crest and Dukes of Hazzard. So it was Dukes of Hazzard was on 7 o'clock on Channel 2. Then Dallas and Falcon Crest. So it aired 7:30, and then it was trying to compete with Dallas. No, it was too powerful. That show was too popular because J.R. Ewing, and then with the soaps. I used to watch the soaps in the 80s. So I did see the Chicago Story. I did see it once, one time. For some strange reason. I switched it off, so I watched a little bit. And so it didn't do well in the ratings. So it got canceled. Okay. So that's what happened. All right. Oh, excuse me. Right now we're going to talk about the Purple Cow ice cream parlor. Excuse me, I had to drink some water. Anyway, the Purple Cow, it was located at 10409 Southwestern Avenue in the Beverly neighborhood of Chicago. I don't know when it opened, maybe about, 50, 60, something like that. My memories of that place, I never been to it, but in the 80s, excuse me, we had an eye doctor he had an office located there on Western Avenue, right across the street from the Purple Cow. And my mama went there because we had a regular optometrist, but he retired, so they recommended this guy. So we went to see him. He was very good. I think he's still located in Worth, Illinois. Anyway, so we went to see him, and then when we arrived there, we saw the Purple Cow, the statue on top of the building. And my mom got freaked out because she asked me, and she's telling me in Greek, what is this thing? I said, it's a cow. It's a purple cow. She didn't ask if it was real. No, but yeah, it's an ice cream parlor. I almost asked her if we can go, but I was afraid she would say no. But I wanted to because I seem so fascinated about this place, and he looked so cute standing on top of the building like that. But from what I heard from other people, it was a great place. The ice cream was delicious. I don't know about the food. I have no idea like that. So was it in the Beverly area or Morgan Park? I think it was Beverly. I think so. Anyway, so, I used to drive by many times and I saw the Purple Cow, but, I never had the opportunity to go there and have some ice cream, and I missed out, and I regretted it. I was so disappointed. It's a shame. And then there was an article. I posted a picture yesterday, and it mentioned this was from November 16, 1988 in the Chicago Tribune, that it was stolen. Some kids stole it, and I think they recovered it. I hope they did. I don't know. But the owner's name was John Holman, and so hopefully they found the place, but they questioned some kids, but they said no, like that. So I don't know if it was recovered. I have no idea. But it looked so cute, like him sitting there with the Purple Cow. Okay. And then it moved, probably in the 90s, I'm thinking, 80s or 90s, to Orland Park, Illinois. And the location was 9636 West 143rd Street. So I'm thinking, it's probably west of LaGrange. I'm thinking, yeah. Anyway, I don't know how long it was there. What's famous about this ice cream pot? They had purple vanilla. I don't know how they did this, and they put it in ingredient in a purple cow ice cream soda. That sounds good. Wish I had that. And I don't know when it closed. I have no idea. So anyway, so there was an article in the Chicago Reader that said some man was looking for the cow, and he found it. He found it in Orland Park, and the new owner was her name was Lynn Sepp, who family owned the Beverly, the original Rainbow Cones on 92nd and Western. And they opened that. So I guess they bought it from the owner and opened it. I guess it didn't last long. I don't know what the reason was. For the new location, I don't know if they had a Purple Cow on top. According to the article, they didn't. They had it inside the shop with a bull, a purple bull. They probably had that. Okay. All right. Right now, I'm going to read a menu from the Purple Cow. So here we go. Okay. And, they used the tastiest ice cream, and the ice cream was called Vala's. I'm going to talk about that ice cream someday on the podcast. So, so according to the menu, it said the phone number is area code 312-239-4044. Location 10409 Southwestern Avenue, Beverly Hills, Chicago. And it says underneath, the Purple Cow is dedicated to the I can't say that word. Perpetration of one of life's simple pleasures, a dish of ice cream. We're proud to serve America's richest, creamiest, tastiest, and most expensive ice cream, Vala's. So it's spelled VALA'. So I had that. Okay. Now, they did serve food there. So they had hamburgers, just a regular hamburger, came with a kosher dill pickle with some Bermuda onions. So you had served with French fries or salad. You can have with cheese or a la carte. They also had a chopped sirloin platter. Okay. Same with hot rolls and butter. They had a steak sandwich. You can have blood rare or medium rare. I like medium well myself. And they had a Vienna kosher hot dog. Ooh, that sounds good. Tasty French bread. Other sandwiches they had American cheese, ham, tuna salad, cream cheese, and olives, black or green, whatever you like. On black bread, ham and cheese, grilled cheese. Yeah, that. Breaded fish fillet with tartar sauce, pork tenderloin fritter, beef fritter, and Reuben 1890 special. I don't know what that was. And the side orders were potato chips, French fries, and French fried onion rings. Okay. Now we're going to get to the good stuff. We're going to have the ice cream. So they got flavors. So this is what the flavors they had. Chocolate mild, pecan toffee, crunch, strawberry, pistachio nut, Hawaiian pineapple, raspberry sherbet, Swiss burnt, I don't know what that is, almond, Swiss burnt almond, orange sherbet, peppermint stick, lemon sherbet, chocolate chip coffee. I like coffee ice cream. I don't like cold coffee, but I like coffee ice cream. Apricot brandy, fresh peach, black cherry, rum raisin, butter pecan, chocolate bittersweet, fresh banana, vanilla, and the world's only purple banana. They had sundaes, so you can have a choice of chocolate, hot fudge, butterscotch, cherry, banana, lemon. Okay, so now we go to the second one. It's like a page, that is. Okay. Marshmallow, strawberry, pineapple, brandy, rum, fruit cocktail. They had a junior edition. So that was a big one. This is a junior edition. So they had served with gobs of purple cow, whipped cream, cookies, and cherry topping, chopped fresh nuts, and it cost 10 cents extra. They had chocolate. They had sodas, ice cream sodas, chocolate, strawberry, cherry, lime, pineapple, coffee, vanilla, lemon, and grape. They had parfaits. Hawaiian, 3 layers of Hawaiian pineapple and pistachio nut ice cream with crushed pineapple and shredded coconut between the layers. That sounds good. Topped with nuts and whipped cream. They also had fruit and nut parfait, 3 layers of fruit ice cream, your choice. Same thing. Chocolate bittersweet, designed for chocoholics, so that sounds good. They also had banana splits, whatever flavors you want, ice cream. They will ask you. Milkshakes, I'm sure they had chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. Malteds, they had cows. So I don't know what that means. So they had purple grape, orange, black root beer, pink cherry, green river, brown coffee, and yellow lemon. So everything's dashed in between like that. Okay. Beverages, they had coffee, tea, milk, Coca-Cola, green river, orange, root beer, and phosphates, iced tea, sarsaparilla. You don't find that much. You don't find that around much. And hot chocolate with whipped cream in season. So had pies, a la mode, or cantaloupe in season, a la mode. So you have a cantaloupe, slice of cantaloupe, and scoop of ice cream. Okay. Now, these are the Snifter Bold concoctions. If people remember going to the Purple Cow, they probably had that. So it's a Snifter Bold concoction from our Rum Runner shelf, prepared with a purple passion. Green-eyed pirate. That's with pistachio nut, chocolate bittersweet, and fresh banana ice cream, and rum-soaked cakes covered with rum sauce with whipped cream and whole nuts. Alibaba was rum raisin, coffee, pecan toffee crunch ice cream on a bed of chocolate, coconut blanketed with brandy sauce topped with rum chocolate leaves, whipped cream, and coconut and nuts. Excuse me. This I can't pronounce. Is Scheherazade. It's spelled Scheherazade. It's black cherry ice cream covered with cherries and drowned in hot fudge, whipped cream, and nuts. The Abominable Snowman. Swiss chocolate burnt almond ice cream smothered in shredded coconut with covered with chocolate sauce, whipped cream, and nuts. I got two more, folks. Captain's Choice is apricot brandy, fresh peach, and Hawaiian pineapple ice cream floating on sliced peaches topped with crushed pineapple, gobs of whipped cream, and maraschino cherries. And Pit and the Pendulum, this is the last one, in parentheses, says, guaranteed to produce nightmares in color. I don't know what that was about. So the description of that is a priceless presentation of pineapple, pistachio, peppermint, peach, and butter pecan ice cream precariously perched on a sea of marshmallow, passionately prepared with shredded coconut, chocolate sauce, sliced bananas, and topped with a purple passion. Oh. And on the bottom of the menu says Vala's ice cream is available in hand-packed pints, 30 flavors. Why not take a pint at home? Take a pint home with you. Why not? I'll take one. What a great menu. And everything sounded delicious. Oh. Like I said, I kicked myself in not going there. I want to try so much. But I've heard from other people it was wonderful. It was awesome. Fantastic place. There's still ice cream parlors around the Chicagoland area. You just have to find one. There were other ones that were in business at the time. There was Dr. Jazz. It was up on the north side. There was, I'll talk about that someday. Also Mayberry's in Highland Park. And other ones like that. There was one more, and I can't think of it. Oh, Farrell's in Fort City. I miss that place. Okay, so that's it for this show. I'll do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about the short-lived television series, Chicago Story, that aired on NBC, on WMAQ-TV, Channel 5 in Chicago, and it premiered in 1982, March 6th to be exact. Also, I read a menu from the Purple Cow Ice Cream Parlor that was located at 10409 Southwestern Avenue in the Beverly neighborhood of Chicago. Okay. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are available, whatever apps you have on your phone, your tablet, your desktop, any device. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Overcast, Good Pods, iHeartRadio, Podbean, whatever you have. Just tap on those apps, tap follow. You see for notification of the latest podcast episode. You can listen to previous episodes if you like. They're all there. Also be uploaded on my blog, www.vanchicagoland.blog. They'll be there. You can sign in with your email. You receive a notification. You click on the link. It'll take you right there to listen on any device you have. Also be on my YouTube. Excuse me. I'm talking too fast. Also be on my YouTube channel. And again and again and again, people always ask me, where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? You can find it on YouTube. Do a search. Type in the search engine, Picastanis or Van Chicagoland Stories. It'll take you right there. Click subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. You'll receive a notification of the latest episode. Also, you can listen to previous episodes if you like. Also, it'll be shared on my social media accounts, Facebook, X, Reddit, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Okay. So that's fun. I will do another podcast tomorrow probably. Yeah. I have something in mind. Something that a lot of people would love. You know. I'll give you a hint. It was a famous restaurant in the South Side. Don't remember it. I'll post it later. Okay. Yeah, so I will do another podcast episode tomorrow. That'll be episode 458. All right. So this is Speak Astonish, your host for Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. Today is not hot. It's a little cloudy. Yesterday it rained like crazy. And it was really coming down, all cats and dogs. So I think it's going to be hot again Monday, I believe. Tomorrow, not so bad. Maybe. I'm not sure. I have to check the weather. Okay, so everyone have a great day, and here's bye-bye from me, and here's a little traveling music from a Chicago legend, Ray Rayner, who celebrated his birthday this week. From the Ray Rayner Show, saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.